Hinduism versus Hindutva first. Can I be Shashi Tharoor, a good Hindu, and yet practice political Hindutva? Can I be a good Hindu and practice political Hindutva? Can I be a good Hindu and push for a Ram Mandir in Ayodhya? Yes or no?
Well, look, I think the challenge with defining a good Hindu is, of course, that Hinduism is a very large, eclectic, vastly encompassing religion that has tremendous amount of choice and freedom within it, which is actually one of the great strengths of Hinduism. The problem with Hindutva is it takes this vast, all-encompassing religion and tries to semitize it, in a sense, tries to reduce it to something much narrower and specifically to tie it to a political identity. Savarkar was not a particularly religious Hindu. He's hardly been known to frequent a temple, but he wrote about Hindus. He actually was very much of a piece with the kind of political thinking in the world in the 1920s, which was asserting a new muscular nationalism based on race pride and ethnicity. And that's why Savarkar actually in his book frequently referred to Hindus as a race rather than as a religion. For him, Hindutva was about cultural identity, racial identity, and frankly, that's precisely where we part company. Because for me, Hinduism is a faith, and it's a very broad-minded faith that fundamentally rests on notions of acceptance of difference, within Hinduism as well as between Hinduism and others. Swami Vivekananda is my sort of intellectual mentor in understanding Hinduism. He used to quote the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, which says that just as different rivers flow straight and crooked in different ways to the same sea, so also different ways of worshipping God end up at the same place. And his argument, therefore, was that Hinduism is about more than tolerance, it's about acceptance. Because tolerance, though it's a virtue and we all went to school and studied textbooks saying that a tolerant king is a good king and so on, tolerance is fundamentally a patronizing idea. It says, I have the truth, you are in error, but I will magnanimously indulge you in your right to be wrong. Whereas acceptance, as Swami Vivekananda taught us, is something far more profound. It says, I believe I have the truth, you believe you have the truth, I will respect your truth, please respect my truth. Now, Hindutva doesn't admit that. Hindutva believes its way is the only way and everybody else is either inferior or must be excluded or must be bashed on the head. And that's my problem with it, which is why I don't believe a good Hindu, in my understanding of the film, which I've written a book about to describe, can possibly accept a bigoted, exclusionary doctrine like Hindutva and still be a good Hindu.
Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe, he says his ideological mentor is Swami Vivekananda when it comes to Hinduism. Yours, I would assume, is
I think
Savarkar.
He is needlessly dividing the philosophers like Swami Vivekananda or for that matter even Savarkar. Although what RSS has said, what BJP has been saying is taking what Savarkar said much more ahead. And therefore Hindutva, according to me, as I understand, is the other name of what I describe as spiritual democracy, where we don't talk about any hegemonism, where we don't talk of any monopolistic view. We believe ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti, and that is Hindutva. Hindutva is the core of everything that is Hindu. But then Hindu religion as such, there are so many rituals, there are so many diversities. Some people apply tilak vertically, some people say no, it has to be horizontal, and both are right. So,
does Hindutva accept
yes,
that diversity?
Of course. Unfortunately, Hindutva has become a favorite whipping boy for people like Shashi Tharoor, and I have gone through his book. His style is superb, but the content, unfortunately, is far from facts.